There are so many ways to achieve an umbrella sleeve. For the tutorial I'm making, we are looking at how to achieve an umbrella sleeve like the one on this black top. Here is a picture of the one I just made. Let's dive into the tutorial. Our radius will be our armhole. So you want to calculate your armhole circumference. What you have there, you divide it by 6.28. Okay, then the length, your desired sleeve length. So my desired sleeve length is 11, while my radius, which is my armhole circumference, is 17. So when I divided my total circumference by 6.28, I had 2.70. So I approximated it to 3 inches, and my sleeve length of course is 11 inches, which gave me 14 inches. So to cut out my peplum now, which is my flare, I'll be folding my fabric by 14. So here's my fabric now. I folded it into two. You want to make sure that the right side is facing the right side. Then you measure out your 14 inches mark. Mark out your starting point, and from that starting point you want to measure 14 inches. You'll be measuring two 14 inches. So you mark out your first 14 inches. Then from that 14 inches again, make another mark of 14 inches. Okay, so which means you marked 28 inches, right? From the beginning to end is 28 inches. So now from the middle of that 28 inches, which is 14 inches, mark 14 inches all round. So you want to just go like you see me do, keep marking your 14 inches mark to achieve a perfect circle. So once you get to the middle where the first 14 inches mark stops, you want to stop at that point and fold and just cut it out. Then you fold your fabric like you see me do to match up with the second 14 inches mark. Cross check your measurement to be sure that all round is still 14 inches. Then you cut it out. This method will help you to make sure that your circle is perfect, that you cut out a perfect circle. Okay, place it also and cut out the second flea for the second sleeve. Okay, so now this is the result and this is what it looks like. So now we'll be adjusting it now to cut our umbrella sleeve, to achieve our umbrella sleeve. Okay, now to achieve that high-low effect for our umbrella sleeve, before we cut out our radius, we'll be making that adjustment like you see I just did now at the side. Okay, the part which is not cut out, so I deducted it, I reduced it by 2 inches. I made it 2 inches different. Then I cut out my radius of 3 inches. Remember our radius is 2.70, right? But I approximated it to 3 inches. Now before you cut out the radius, you still want to go ahead and confirm your sleeve length. Remember my sleeve length is 11 inches. Then I need half inch for piping the hemline and half inch for joining the sleeve to the armhole. So that's why I have 12 inches at the long part. So the long side is the one that will be at the upper side of the shoulder, while the shorter sleeve will be the one underneath the armhole. I hope you understand. So when I completed this umbrella sleeve, I noticed that the one underneath was still not perfect the way I wanted it to. I deducted half inch again. So when you are folding, you want to make 3 inches shorter. So I also went ahead and notched it so I won't mix it up. I notched the part that will sit on the armhole. I also notched the part that will sit at the shoulder. Okay, then I measured out my circumference to be sure. I measured out my circumference to be sure I still have what I needed. Okay, so you can slatch open this side, which is the armhole part, or you can leave it like that. But I decided to leave it this way since there's no need slitting it. Okay, so for mine now, I added lining. You can add lining to yours, it's not compulsory. You can just pipe the hemline. You can pipe the hemline with a bias. Okay, but I added lining to mine. I turned it the right side facing the lining facing the right side of my fabric. I took it to my sewing machine and I sewed it down. So here now I'm just trying to make adjustments to make sure that my lining is not showing underneath my fabric. Okay, you want to make it to look okay. I brought it out by 1 inch, so I went ahead and sewed it down. So now this is what I have. Once I was done, I'll just go ahead now and trim out the excess the excess lining. Once I'm done, I also pressed it as well. The notch part as well is still there. You want to make sure that your notch part is still very very visible, okay, so that you don't mix it up. Remember, it's an high low sleeve now. One side is longer than the other. So to attach it to my armhole as my sleeve, so you want to make sure that the shorter side of the umbrella sleeve will be placed on your armhole side, and of course the longer side as well will be placed on the middle of your shoulder. So you want to take your fabric, your armhole part, notch the middle part, then you place the longer side that you've notched on the middle of the armhole, then you place the shorter side on the armhole, the armpit side. Okay, so go ahead now and pin this down for you to see. So I'll just open my cloth up this way so that my armhole can lay flat for me to see. Then I'll take my sleeve and pin it round my armhole, and I'll just go ahead, I'll take it a sewing machine and sew it down. So I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up, like and subscribe, share it with your friends, turn on the post notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you. This is the outcome of mine when I was done making it. Bye. See you on the next video.